are players in those teams that are bricks. Lord Jesus Christ and Zeus cannot get Ashley Young to be a quality player. The guy's trash.
I think every single Liverpool fan will say if we could give up one and go all the way, it would be give up Champions League and go for the league.
I want this game, yeah, and then your mum gives you some next game. You're like, but no, it's like, it's a game, innit? I mean, you said you want a game, I bought you a game, play the game. But I wanted FIFA. Well, now you got sensible soccer, play it. You know what I mean? Hello and welcome to Hope Meets Banter. I am in the hot seat. Leonie is off in Monte Carlo earning awards, so congratulations to her. So you're going to have to put up with me. I am joined by Have Hope and Drifty. It's a three-man show.
Nice sweater, man.
It's Christmas.
Sweater, man.
So Christmas.
Maybe
Merry
I should have
Christmas,
worn mine.
That's too late now, man. Too late now, you know. So big news this week. Big news is that Manchester United no longer have Jose Mourinho in the dugout. They've given the job interim basis, so to the end of the season, to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
No more excuses from the players.
No more excuses from the players. So do you think, I mean, obviously it's something that had to happen, but do you think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was a good choice just to see them through to the end of the season?
Actually, just before we delve into that, I think we need to, maybe we'll apologize. I did mention, it might have been in the first episode or second episode, that Mourinho would be sacked before Christmas or by Christmas.
Big man, we all said that.
Oh, no. I think I was the only guy that said Mourinho would be sacked by Christmas.
Bro.
Look,
we all said that.
I'll pull up.
We'll go back. I'm sure I said that.
No, but so he said is Solskjaer.
Solskjaer, do you think that was a wise decision
for interim?
Yeah. Season,
So the end of it, it's the wisest decision because again, like you need some time to really think about, a long-term goal. But as far as somebody who knows the club, the psychology of the club, somebody who has a connection with the club, and I think he will be able, because he's a player's player, and I think that people will connect with him a lot more. So it's a good interim short-term things that happen to the end of the season. I don't think he's a long-term solution for United, because I just think that United are really, that's a 5-year, 6-year thing. So I think that United are going the way of AC Milan. Still the big brand and everything, but footballing wise, they're not really relevant anymore, really. So,
all right. So just to let me ask, do you think that this has been done to appease the fans? They've got a club legend. Do you think that he's going to be able to bring the best out of Pogba, Martial, these players, rather than someone who's going to come in and, demand overhaul and demand this? He's just going to slot in. I think he's worked with some of these players in a youth team, kind of thing, just to appease the fans. And
the Solskjaer thing's a bit weird for me because he's a failed manager. Well, in England.
I mean, that was a tough job. He went into Cardiff in like February and it was already doomed.
Yeah, it was. But I'm just going off for what we've seen. Plus, he's a main nag. Why not just let Carrick keep on going?
No, you can't. Come on.
No, but what is the difference between Carrick having... If we're calling Man U season a write-off, I mean, they can win the Champions League and maybe an FA Cup, but... Maybe, but I mean, 11 points off top 4, that's a big gap to make up. Do you know what I mean? So, why not let Carrick have it? If you're 100% change your manager in the summer, I don't see the difference between Solskjaer and Carrick.
Is this 100%?
Years of managerial experience.
Yeah, no. For me, like, because again, I thought Carrick, because I think when the news came out, they said, oh no, Carrick is not going to take over until the end of the season. I said,
that was weird.
No,
that was weird though. It was like he was allowed it for 2 one training session or something. That was weird.
No, you can't. Carrick, like you have to have some experience, managerial experience.
But does Solskjaer have top level manager?
No,
experience?
I mean he's won leagues in Norway, obviously.
Carrick has been in the hot seat with Mourinho now for 6 months. Just let him glide out the rest of the season.
It's not the same. It's not the same as really being a manager. Like, at least Solskjaer knows what it means to be where you're the main dog doing. So it would be very, very unwise, especially for a team like United, which I still think they're a mid-table club, but still for a team like United, for you just puts in a guy with zero managerial experience.
All right, there's a big difference between 18 games and 7 games. But Giggs had no experience, and they let Giggs finish the season when they got rid of Moyes.
But how many games was that, man?
7 games.
Yeah, no, that's what I said. There's a difference between 18 games and 7 games.
Massive
I get
difference.
that.
He's still in Champions
League. I feel
League.
like because Carrick knows what's going on, just let him free.
But
flow
maybe
with
that's
it.
the problem. Because Carrick was
No, but
under
Carrick
Mourinho.
wasn't the problem. We
No,
know
I'm
that.
not saying he was the problem, but he's
But
still
you need
part of that.
completely new.
Yeah, you need someone completely new.
Fresh approach.
Yeah, and I think you kind of picked up on it as well. No more excuses. A lot of it seemed to be a player versus Mourinho kind of thing. It was played out that way in the media anyway. Now, players such as Pogba, such as Martial, Luke Shaw, players who had problems with Mourinho now, do we see the best of these players now?
Hard to say.
I don't think we'll see the best of Pogba, purely down to the fact that I feel like his mindset now is so much in a I don't want to work. It'd be pretty hard when he knows there's not much to play for to motivate him now to just all of a sudden
he's got
start
everything
playing.
to play for. He's got more to play for than any other player.
No, to prove to
how?
people, but what does he actually have to play
in terms of this whole thing came down to Mourinho versus Pogba. That's what it came down to. So now Mourinho's gone. It can't be a thing of the reason why Pogba's not playing well is because Mourinho, doesn't trust him or Mourinho.
I was going
so
to
now
get to that.
Pogba is now the spotlight's on you. Now
Which
you
he
have
brought
to
on
show
himself as well.
Exactly. So this Mourinho leaving is now Pogba now has.
But
this,
would that
this
be enough to
platform.
motivate an ego like that? Like
Yeah,
I don't
it
think
it means he won.
If trust me, you still have your brand. If he continues to perform badly, his stock will plummet.
Especially
his stock
now.
will plummet 100%. So
especially now.
everybody's like, all right, Pogba, you're the guy.
No, I agree, but I just feel like he's gonna probably think, nah, next season we'll reset. This season's a write-off. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but maybe Solskjaer might struggle to actually get him to care about this season. Like, I think a lot of Man U players now might just be like, all right, whatever it is. This season is this season. Who's going to be the new manager? Will it be Zidane? Will it be Poch? Let's get ready for next year. Like, I don't know if he's...
But then if that's the case, then does that not prove that Mourinho was right, in a way? That
I think there's a big part of it.
Pogba is right. Because if Mourinho's not there, and Pogba's still like, I'm not going to perform. Maybe Mourinho was right.
Yeah, no, 100%.
I can't stand Mourinho.
Which is why we have to see... Easy with that one.
But but I think there is some truth in there. I think there are players in there that it's not just about Mourinho. You just weren't playing. You weren't trying hard enough.
There are players in those teams that are bricks. Lord Jesus Christ and Zeus cannot get Ashley Young to be a quality player. The guy's trash. he's a brick. He's a brick. Yeah. So I just think that there are players who will remain being bricks, but I want to see how much. Like I'm the guys I'm looking at specifically. Martial and Pogba. I think Lukaku, it is what it is, but I think Martial and Pogba are the two players that say, okay, now let's see what you guys can really do if you're not going to be given a manager who I feel is a footballing manager that will say, all right, play. Let's see what you do.
That's on to the next one. So who takes over permanently? So Solskjaer is in till the end of the season. We know that much. Names that have been banded around, Pochettino. Jardine was wanted by a few fans as well, but I think I heard something he's gone to Saudi Arabia or something. Yeah. It's crazy.
Oh, cash.
Yeah, he's gone.
Cash,
but then he might just say, I've got my cash. Now let me go to Man United next summer.
Yeah.
So who do you think would be a perfect fit at Man United? So I'll come to you. Have hope.
I think to be honest with you, it's going to be hard because they have such deep issues. That's going to be very, very difficult to find out the manager who's really going to help them. Because even if, let's say, Pochettino is the closest I can think of, I just think that I'm not sure whether Pochettino will be able to get them back to the top because there's so many structural issues, which is what Neville was alluding to. It's not just the manager; it's the scouting network, acquisition of players, getting first dips on the right kind of players. These are all of the kind of things that make you have a quality team. So if you don't have that, you have to have personnel.
You say that, but they are looking into, because there's talk they're looking for a director of football. The Juventus director of football is leaving at the end of the season. So perhaps maybe they get him in.
Or Marotta.
I can't remember his name. It's Italian guy. I don't know his name. But if they get him in, they've got the director of football in place. They get a manager, maybe it's Pochettino. They have got good players. They've got a lot of trash. Like your Phil Jones and stuff like. Phil Jones is only 26, so as a defender, he's still young.
That's crazy.
Do you know what I mean? That's madness.
And Smalling's 28, I think.
They gave Smalling a new contract.
Man.
What are you doing?
What
are you doing?
But another thing though, like Pochettino, if Pochettino leaves Tottenham, it's to Real Madrid. It's not to United.
Why not?
I just don't see him doing that. I think that he does respect Tottenham to a degree where
No one respects Tottenham. No one respects Tottenham.
Don't look. You guys got held up. So
Yeah,
don't bring
but
that
still, no one respects them. They can win a game. Don't mean they give
No,
respect.
but I think Pochettino, he's done so much with Tottenham and had such a close affinity that I don't think that he would say, all right, I'm going to go to a league rival. I think if it's Real, the only team that will call where he's pick up the phone and say, yo, what's up? It's Real Madrid.
Okay. So if that's the case, who else could go to Manchester United?
I pray it ain't Poch. I pray it ain't Poch. Poch turns Man United around within 18 to 24 months and gets them kicking. Believe me. I said it when he went Tottenham and people laughed at me. I was like, I watched this guy at Southampton. I saw what he's capable of.
Of course you watch Southampton. That's where you get all your players from.
Yeah, I'm being serious. I actually really
had
had.
to.
And like I said to people, I was like, listen, he will turn Tottenham around. And his first season wasn't that great. Everyone laughed at me. Second season, third. I was like, I told you, look, he'll do the same at Man United. So please, Poch, do not go Man United.
You'll go to Man United and have 4 years and not win anything. Why are you scared?
No. Turn them around and then with investment, be allowed to take that step that maybe he can't at Tottenham. That's what would worry me. Because Man United will probably say to him, I tell you what, we'll cash in on Lukaku, we'll get 30, 40 mil back. You can have that. Do you know what I mean? We'll do this, we'll do that.
He's going to give you 40 million. He's going to give you 40 million
I
for
don't
Lukaku.
know. But maybe, I don't know, maybe like in Inter Milan when they lose to Cardi or somebody, who knows? And then you've got that whole situation where they'll add a bit of money on top. And then Poch will go and go, listen, maybe it will take an astronomical amount of money to get Levy to part with players like Eriksen and Kane and stuff, but you never know. Imagine if Poch went Man U and I was like, you can have 100 mil for Kane. Would Levy say no to 100 mil for Kane?
Man,
Do you know what I mean? Like,
He wouldn't.
so do you know what I mean? And then can you imagine Harry Kane rocking up and taking the place of Lukaku, and then Harry Kane's banging in all the goals with Sanchez and you know what I mean? So listen,
Sanchez.
Listen, I think Sanchez might
Sanchez
do
will do
better
good under the new manager.
without
He's
Mourinho. You don't know,
He's
bro.
done.
You know
I'm
what?
telling you right now, Sanchez
It's
is
Christmas, and if I believed in Santa, I'd be asking him, please let Poch go to Man United or Real Madrid as soon as possible. That's my Christmas wish.
I hope that they go for one of those like glamorous things and it don't pay off. So
They've done that.
Give it to Zidane.
I don't think they're going to do that
and
again.
then let's see if
No,
Zidane really has the
no,
ability
they're not gonna
to
do that.
manage a team.
No.
Okay, so we've gone on that. We've just talked about Tottenham, so I suppose we have to talk about the North London derby. Tottenham are now in the semi-finals of the Carabao Carling, whatever cup it is this week. They've actually got Chelsea, who are sponsored by Carabao as well, so that could be interesting.
Conflict of interest.
And Manchester City, as Craig Bellamy already told us last night, Man City have got Burton. So
I mean, like
They don't even need help.
you
Fucking hell.
So suppose City gets Schalke in the Champions League and they get Sporting in this.
listen, but this
Something
is
is up, man.
This is what used to
Something
happen
is
to
up.
Man United back in the day.
Yeah, it did.
It's just shifted to the other side of Manchester.
Man United would always get an easy Champions
It's
League.
the
So
exact
it was
same
like, what is going on?
No, suppose it's
Exact
a
same thing.
Manchester thing.
So, Carabao Cup, Man City won it last year. It looks like they're going to win it again this year, let's be honest. If Tottenham do manage to get past Chelsea, which is a big if at this stage, and they get to the final, Pochettino wins them a trophy, does that change how Pochettino looks towards the future? Does that mean that he's more likely to want to stay at Tottenham? Because the first trophy for a lot of managers in this country has been that League Cup, and that's been a kind of platform to build. So would that mean that maybe they win that, he thinks, well, okay, now the players have a taste for victory and winning trophies, maybe I can win something with this team. If they don't, could that play a part of him going?
No, I think it could work in the other way, because as I've said before, I don't know if it was in this show because I've said so much today. I feel like Pochettino wants to make sure he leaves Tottenham with something. He's going to leave them with a legacy of the new stadium and you know what I mean, and seeing them into that or whatever. And everything he's done for them has made him arguably their most successful Premier League manager. I know they haven't actually won anything, but the consistent performances,
he's the best.
top four, the revenue that's been created.
Well,
he arguably
Harry
goes
Redknapp was
down.
finishing top four and winning trophies as well. He won League Cups. So,
Only one though.
well, he won. That's more than none.
No, so I'm saying arguably. Harry Redknapp did a good job.
No, Redknapp was good.
But
That guy is very
it's
underrated
arguable.
manager. Very underrated.
So for me, I feel like he's gonna want to leave Tottenham with something if he does go, wherever it may be. Not winning anything this season might make him be like, nah, let me have one more year. Winning something might make him think, all right, guys, I've done all I can.
I've won a trophy.
I'm off now.
Yeah, I think
So I don't even
I'm
know
with
what's the
this.
better way. I don't even actually know for Tottenham fans what they should actually be hoping for here. I mean, their perfect scenario would be he wins, wants to stay, and keeps on going. But is that an ideal world?
I think Tottenham fans will be absolutely shitting themselves at the moment, because there's a very real chance that, because even if you look in the interviews, Pochettino, he never ever says, I'm not going, I'm staying. Yeah. He's always quite open. He leaves it open. That guy, I think, he owes it to himself, and this isn't me as an Arsenal fan, this is me as someone who enjoys football. Managerial careers might be longer than football, football players' careers, but when you're given the chance to go to a Real Madrid or Man United, you go. That doesn't come around all the time.
Because if you reject that, Real Madrid have a whole pool of guys, and then once you miss that window, that may be it, because they may get another manager who comes in and boom, this is a manager that is good for 5, 6, 7 years, and your window is gone. So for Pochettino, I think that's why I say Real Madrid over United, because I think because it's Argentina as well, and the whole Latin thing of where it's from, Real Madrid is a really big deal. And Pochettino knows that one, coming from where he's from, being the manager of Real Madrid is a huge thing on your CV as an Argentine.
Although, I'll flip it, he won't have any control at Real Madrid. Man United will allow him to do what he wants.
Not if they're looking to go the director of football route. I mean, he will have more of a say.
The director will help, but Pochettino will still be the guy.
Because
everyone knows at Madrid you're not the guy.
No, but this is the European model now. Most clubs in Europe, this is the model you have. You coach the players. That's why they're all called head coaches and not managers anymore. You coach the players. You have a say, right? The director of football or whatever say, right, we've identified this one. Is there anyone else you'd like to add to the list? I want to go get this one. And then they'll choose out of those 5 which ones you get. When they turn up in training, you train them. That's generally what's happening now.
Pep is the only guy who you'd say maybe has a lot more control, and Ferguson was the last guy who really had, and Wenger to a degree, where they really had.
But they took that from him.
Yeah,
the last 2 years they took that control. They gradually took it from him.
And
now
so is this director of football at Man United 100% happy?
They're looking for one.
Because if they don't get one and they just keep the model as it is, Pochettino's the type of manager, it will be okay, because he will be able to control what's going on.
No.
He won't lose it the way Mourinho did, start falling out with people and all that crap. He'll keep everything together and they'll be all right without one.
No, but because you look at the players that Mourinho spent money, yes, but you look at the players that he was given, they didn't suit what he likes to play. They didn't suit his style of play. They didn't cover up the areas. Look, I mean, they need a centre back. Bailly, they bought, yes, he was good, injury prone. They bought Lindelof, that's good. But other than that, they've had the same centre backs, Smalling and Jones, for best part of 8 years, and they're not good enough. So when he said, "I need,"
get why they went the way they did with him though, because if you give him 65 million for Bailly and Lindelof, and then you still say you want more, you would a little bit be like, mate, come on, hold on a minute. We gave you two centre backs. Imagine what Emery could do with 2 centre backs. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, even at Chelsea, if you was bringing 2 top centre backs, which Bailly is, by the way. Forget what he did under Mourinho. Bailly is a top centre back. I kind of get why they were like, no, Jose, you don't need any more centre backs.
No.
You've got Rojo, you've got Jones, you've got Smalling.
Rojo's not a defender.
No, he's not a defender.
Listen,
Rojo's a hitman.
I'm not talking about they're good, but they're bodies.
Yeah, no, that's what Rojo gives you.
So
Rojo gives you bodies.
If you got 5 centre backs and you play 2, you got bodies.
No.
You got bodies, man.
No, but Mourinho
Rojo's going to turn up with tears.
Look, I need defenders.
They're going to say, you said that last year and we got you some. You said that the year before and we got you some. What are you doing with them?
If you want us to succeed, I need defenders. So give me my freaking defenders. You don't know football. I know football. That's what Mourinho will be saying.
You know what it's like? It's like when you're a kid and you're like, I want this game. Yeah? And then your mum gives you some next game. You're like, but no, it's like, it's a game, innit? You know what I mean? And you said you want a game, I bought you a game, play the game. But I wanted FIFA. Well, now you got Sensible Soccer, play it. You know what I mean? Sensible Soccer is a bad boy game.
I think Bailly was giving him that. I think Bailly was a quality centre-back signing, and I feel like Mourinho should have used more what he had.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on from that, and we're going to talk about the Champions League draw, which was made last week. Obviously, this is more to do with you, because my team ain't in it. So I don't really care.
Am I the only one in it?
Yeah, we don't really care. You know what? Champions League's overrated. Thursday is the new Wednesday.
Do you know the main reason why I'm laughing is because there's a guy sitting to my right who truly believed we will be Europa League after Christmas. Like he really, he looked me in my eye with conviction and said, you will be in the Europa League. And that is what makes me feel so satisfied.
Well, the worst part of that is if you lose this next game, you're out of everything.
We are, but then we can go for the league. You see, what you got to remember is I want to win Champions League. Everyone wants to win Champions League. And I know all the Liverpool fans will agree with me.
But what's the priority? Champions League
But
or Premier League?
this season, I think every single Liverpool fan will say if we could give up one and go all the way, it would be give up Champions League and go for the league. So being in it is still cool.
Yeah.
It's still amazing. And obviously you don't want to have that stigma attached to you. You couldn't even get out of the group. Even though our group was difficult. So now we've got out of the group. Listen, Bayern Munich are a powerhouse. They might not be playing well at the moment, but they're still Bayern Munich. If we don't get past them and continue in the league, it's not embarrassing.
I think they beat Leipzig today, so they're catching.
Yeah,
Dortmund.
See what I'm saying?
They're catching
And come
Dortmund.
February,
6 points now.
Yeah.
knowing our luck, come February, they'll be back on song.
Yeah.
Everything will be great.
Well, they've got
Do
a
you
few
know what I
players
mean?
coming. Thiago's coming back. I
See,
think
this is
Koeman
what I'm
will be
saying.
back.
Is not fully fit.
Who else they got? They got a few players
So-
coming back from injury.
For me personally, it's amazing to be involved. It's a glamour tie. The only tie that could have been better for us.
Who's favourites? Who's favourites?
See, this is what I hate. It's probably us at the moment.
Yeah,
I don't know come February, but at the but then again,
I
here's
spoke to someone. I spoke to someone on Twitter about it, and they were saying, Liverpool fearing Bayern. I think Bayern at this moment in time probably fear Liverpool
No,
more.
for sure. No,
Then-
because of Barton and Holmes. But,
Yeah.
but did you hear what Neuer actually said that? No, he thinks that Liverpool should fear Bayern more. And the fact that Neuer comes out and says that shows that Liverpool are the favourites. Because I think Neuer feels like he needs to come out and say that. Because
But here's-
the consensus is that, Bayern, man, you're not going to come through, which is crazy.
Here's the two key things though. The first one is that Van Dijk is suspended for the first leg.
Which is good. You need him for the second leg, not the first leg.
But that's the second point. That's bad though. I need Anfield for the second leg. We need Anfield. We need to go away first, see what happens, know what we need to do, have Anfield to do it.
Yeah.
I don't like the idea of going away from home for the second leg.
Yeah.
And even though Van Dijk will be back for that, what if the deficit is already done? What if the damage is already done?
No, come on. You win. No. Bayern's view, in my view, Bayern are thinking that we have to lose by 1 goal deficit. I think Bayern are resenting the fact that they were probably going to lose at Anfield.
Lewandowski will be licking
goal,
his lips with Van Dijk not playing though. We've still got decent centre backs, but he will be thinking, yes,
And I'm
he
hoping-
isn't here. Do you know what I mean?
So I'm going to get this opportunity. But he has flopped many times in the Champions League.
Yeah,
man.
he has. And I'm hoping Serge Gnabry tears you apart.
This Arsenal.
Ex-Arsenal man, just do your thing.
And also
man.
Robin, man, look, all I have to say is this, look, I'm a Robin stan, Robin fanboy, Robin's my guy. This is his final season. What's better way to
No.
win
I
the
love
Champions
him
League,
to
bro?
death, but it's gonna be Iron Robin versus Iron Robertson. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. Master
man.
passing on the
But he's
to
old,
the
man.
understudy.
Robin's old, man.
All right, so that's the Liverpool tie. I mean, we've spoken a lot about Tottenham, but this Dortmund Spurs tie, this is tasty.
This is going
That's
to be
a
the
tasty
Tottenham
tie.
fans have been getting a bit cocky.
Yeah, well,
Tottenham
that's
fans
what
have been
Tottenham
getting-
fans do.
I-
That's what they
I
do.
tried to tell them, no, Dortmund ain't no walkovers, bro.
Just let them talk. 'Cause
Like,
that's
you
what
know
they
what
do.
I mean?
They chat shit.
and the key thing as well is that the second leg is at the crib. The crib, Dortmund's crib, it ain't easy.
Yeah.
So if Dortmund can just escape from Wembley with a decent scoreline, I don't see Tottenham going to their crib and scaring two or three
It's going to
goals.
be a very interesting
Well, no, it's
game.
gonna
I
be a great
can't call
game.
it, to be honest. I can't say one way or the other.
It's basically, the thing about it is that Tottenham fans should be coming because it's a very good matchup. Because Tottenham can hurt them, Dortmund can hurt Tottenham back. So it's a very good matchup that plays to both teams at advantages, which is why I think it's going to be the best game of the round, easily.
Well, I think the biggest tie of the round
Ah.
is Atletico Madrid versus Juventus.
That is going to be
that's-
squeaky bum time.
Man,
I wouldn't be surprised if there's only 2 or 3 goals in the
yeah, for
whole
sure.
180 minutes.
Like 2-1, maybe 2-1, 3-2
Yeah.
aggregates, probably.
I just want to see Godin and Chiellini. What kind of stuff's going to be happening at the corners, boy?
Yeah.
Ah, man, that's going to be like Vegeta versus Goku. Just bare clash. Just bare clashing. Yeah, just bare elbows flying. Yeah, man.
But Juventus have more different. I think the difference that you either have more difference makers than Atletico. Like, again, I still think Griezmann is not as good as people say he is. He's good, he's not as people. And I think Cristiano, Bentancur, Mandzukic, Dybala, there's too many weapons that Juve have.
I don't agree with you very often, but I agree with you about Griezmann. I think he's a very good player, but I don't think he's on that level that people put him on.
I've said it for a while.
Just don't.
He's not.
I just don't
like
see it.
I don't. If he went for like 100 million, I'd be a bit like, he didn't have to pay that much.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
He's just not quite there.
quality player though.
Yeah, he's quality player.
He
Don't get me
thinks
wrong.
he is. I don't know why he really thinks it's. Oh my
I
gosh!
still think he did a lot more in the World Cup than other people did for why he thought he should be higher on the Ballon d'Or list. I do agree with him on that. But like, he had a better World Cup than Pogba for me.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for me, I feel like Atletico might. You know, Atletico love to upset everyone, and everyone thinks Juve are the favourites. I think Atletico might take them out.
Yeah.
I've just got a slight feeling that they might take them out.
So Cristiano out in this first.
Could you imagine? I just got a feeling Juve are going to go and win the whole thing. I just have a feeling.
This season?
Yeah,
Most
it's a
people
hunch.
are thinking.
It's a hunch. There's no logic behind it.
No. Juve, City, Barcelona.
Your logic is based on Cristiano. I know that's literally what everybody's.
It's more based on the fact that Buffon left to win the Champions League. That's what for me is like that.
Karma.
Football is a cruel bitch, and I think that's what's gonna happen. And he's gonna sit there. And imagine if it was PSG Juve in the final.
Yeah,
and it's like I don't know, and it's penalty shootout. Do you know what I mean?
the last penalty basically goes to his legs.
Oh man,
not to booth.
Oh, could you imagine?
But what are you guys saying about the whole PSG Man U one? You see, when Mourinho was still the manager, I was like, if Neymar doesn't beat United by 2 clear goals in both legs, I want him to live in the Brick Academy for at least 2 years minimum. With no Mourinho, it makes things different now, because again, it's not a very dangerous team to face where you don't know what you're going to be facing come February.
Yeah.
But still, man, to the PSG, to the Neymar, bro, this is why you moved. You left Barcelona because you were Messi's bitch. Now this is your team. I will copy you a plea. You were injured for the second leg last year against Real Madrid. Please stay fit. Football gods, keep this dude fit and prove to me that you're the best in the world. Prove to me, because when Neymar is on song, he is. I want to agree with you. When Neymar is on song, he is the guy.
Yeah,
he is the guy.
But he doesn't seem like he wants to be now, though. He seems like he just wants to roll around and be a clown. And do you know what I mean?
He does get kicked a lot. He does, but he does make.
It's mind game. It's a mind game. He's playing the villain.
For me, now, PSG, if they don't get past Man United, do they just scrap this?
Yeah.
Like trying to maybe they should just not be allowed in Europe anymore. Because again, we don't know what Man United is going to be like in 2 months' time when the Champions League comes back. But if you're PSG, if you invest all this money you've invested, how many times are you going to fail? Do you know what I mean? Like at least get to a final.
Yeah.
We got to a final. At least get to a final.
This project has not yet seen a semi-final.
That's what I'm saying.
Crazy.
So for me, they have to beat Man U. There's no ifs or buts about this. They have to beat Man United. Have to.
Well, it'll be interesting to see anyway. But fellas, that's it. We've run out of time. So very interesting conversations for once. It's because you're wearing shades.
Online, in studio, all this stuff. Man.
Yeah, man.
Leave me alone, man. I want to live.
You gotta stop saying crazy shit then, bro.
Stop saying crazy crackhead shit and we won't treat you like a crazy crackhead. Thanks for watching. This has been Hope Meets Banter. Merry Christmas. Look out for the Christmas special coming up very shortly. The Banter Games. It was fun. Did you enjoy the Banter Games, Have Hope?
Oh, no, it was...
Did you enjoy it?
The amount of pain I was in, I've never felt that much pain after doing football in my life. You don't understand how. I was limping.
I caught it on camera.
No. I almost got run over by a car. I was actually like, and a car was just about to run me over. Horrible. It was fun. It was fun, though.
If only we'd been able to capture where he was trying to get back to the bag to get his stuff, and he literally we just said, ah, and he just collapsed in the middle of the pitch. It was like, if only the camera was out.
He couldn't even roll over.
Yeah, he couldn't even roll over. He was just face down in the turf, just going, ah. It was, oh man, it was fucking hilarious.
Right, I need to end the show. Right, thank you for watching. Make sure you like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to Have Hope, subscribe to the Football Banter Show, and we will see you again very shortly. Merry Christmas.
Peace.